Hello, I'm Tylah Tully, and today I'm joined by Caprice Resources Managing Director Luke Cox. Luke, thanks so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me in.
So Caprice has released the first batch of assays from your latest drilling program at the Island Gold Project. Tell us about these results and why they impressed you.
Yeah, so everyone's really excited on site. So essentially, if you distill it down, we've gone another 100 metres deeper in the Vadrians area, but also we've extended a long strike as well, and we've got decent intercepts. The gold's still there, and on top of all that, I just couldn't hold myself. I said, look, let's go and do a really deep hole. So we got the diamond rig in, and now we've gone to 400 vertical metres. Those assays in the lab, so obviously we're hanging out for those. But yeah, so if you distill it down, we've gone wider and we've gone deeper, and we're still hitting the gold. So that's been great news for everyone.
So what makes Vadrians so geologically attractive?
Yeah, so we're in the heartland of the Murchison. So just to the south of us, we've got Break a Day. So they've got 1 million ounces there. Just to the north of us, we've got Comet. They proved up 1 million ounces. We're in the middle. So let's find out what we got. So we're drilling, we're down to the 300 metre mark now. We've done a diamond hole down to 400, assays in the lab, and we're looking to go deeper again.
And Caprice's main goal is to declare a maiden resource at the project. What's the timeline looking for that achievement?
Yeah, so that's been a big discussion point. Every time I go and see investors, they're like, oh, when are you going to do a resource? Well, it's almost like a race. I want to finish this race. The race is to find out how wide this thing is and how deep it is. And at the moment, it's wide open at depth. It's wide open along strike. So let's go and find out how big this thing is. So obviously 300, we're down to 400. Once I know the size of this, then we'll look at doing a resource. So, and timing of that, well, it depends on how big this resource is.
And is more drilling taking place, and when can shareholders expect that news?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got a diamond rig there right now going to depth. So we did one at 400. We've moved 100 metres to the north, and we're going to do an identical hole there and then go deeper again. We've also got an RC rig turning up. So essentially an RC rig is getting us down to around that 300 mark. Then I bring the diamond rig on top of that and go down the same hole to get us down to 400, 500 metres and to intercept the banded iron formation, which is hosting the gold. And then on top of all that, I've got the air core rig turning up. So air core rig is more of your early exploration. So if you go to the north and south of Vadrians, we still got to drill that. So we'll start tapping the top of the other areas and just see what the gold content's like. Then we come in with the RC rig, and then we go deep with the diamonds. So we've got all these other areas that we need to explore. But just on top of all those rigs that are coming up, it's going to be a bit of a crescendo coming up into Christmas with 3 rigs, lots of assay results coming into the lab, and obviously coming back before Christmas and after Christmas, and really leading all the way up into March as well. So we will stop around the 20th of December and come back around the 10th of Jan. So that gives us a decent break for assays to come in, start redefining our new sets of targets, and then we go again with 3 rigs. So all systems go.
Yeah, lots of work ahead of you.
Yeah, absolutely. And probably one thing to note also, we did some geophysics. So we was looking at the gravity, and banded iron formations are quite a dense, heavy rock. So you can clearly see where those banded iron formations are. But then what we're looking for is where a fault has come through, and they're called Bugatti breaks. And essentially that's what brings the gold in. So where you see a gravity low, we've matched them off, and they're really identical to where we've seen the gold on surface. And we said to the geophysicists, well, can you do it to depth? And they said, okay, so they modelled it down to 400 metres. And then we dropped the 400 metre holes and we've hit it. And obviously assays in the lab. And we said, well, how far can you go with this? And they said 600 metres. So when you match off the gravity lows and where we're seeing the gold, there's a very strong correlation. So with that, it looks like Vadrians is a major Bugatti break. We actually have one to the north and one to the south that we've just never drilled. But there is some gold workings on the surface, so we'll be following those up in the new year too.
Luke, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
For more ASX news and analysis, subscribe below.